Done.
Okay, terrific. Thank you, everyone, for joining. And I'm just going to, there we are.
Hey!
Okay, now we can see us, so we know what you see now.
Yeah.
So yes, this is exciting. This is the first training session for Star Associates. Is that what we were talking about, calling ourselves Star Associates? So we're gonna dive you straight in. So you both need a piece of paper and a pen.
It's better I just take the notes because Roy can't write.
No, Roy needs to write.
We got a warm-up
We got a
activity.
warm-up activity for you.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Are you glad I have to write?
Yeah. Get your own damn pen.
Okay, I'm good.
He isn't. He doesn't have a pen.
We'll wait, Roy, while you get a pen. Here, you want to borrow mine?
Please.
Yeah.
He's not.
Here you go.
It's a pretty blue one. Turquoise.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do partner with someone who's not prepared.
Okay.
Yes.
So she's sitting in her pajamas.
But she'd already told you about last time we
going
talked
forward
about it.
in training sessions,
What?
you're always there with a pen and paper.
Oh.
And clothes.
Roy said I had that whole conversation about the shirt last time we talked.
In the dress.
Yeah, we did. But, you know, she's got selective memory.
And Mandy's socks of yours that she had that she got a hole in, she was very upset about.
Yeah. Huh. I did drink a little bit last time. I was pretty excited.
Okay,
Alrighty.
we are ready.
Okay.
All right.
Right. So, of course, this program is all about goal setting. So we're going to have you jump right in and set your own goals for October. And it's very fitting that this is October 1st. And we want you to set 3 goals, one in each of our 3 pillars. So 1 goal in health and well-being. So that's your personal health and well-being. What is it that you want to do this month to improve or progress your health and fitness? The second pillar is money and career, business and finance. So do you have a goal this month around finance, around saving, around investment? And then lifestyle. Mandy, explain lifestyle, please.
Lifestyle is how you live your life. So it might be related to family. It might be your physical environment, like your home. But a goal that's related to living the lifestyle that you want to have. So it might be about spending time with your kids. It might be about doing up a room in the house that you've been always wanting to do because it's driving you crazy and your abode doesn't feel quite right. So something that's related to just how you live in your life.
And sometimes what you're passionate about, or your leisure pursuits. Sometimes there's a bit of a crossover between health and well-being and lifestyle, but you'll kind of get the sense of where one fits in a better pillar than the other. So we'll give you a few minutes to do that. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay.
Can they be a goal that's like a milestone towards a larger or longer term
Yes.
goal?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it doesn't. So is this that's a good question. Is this a goal you want to accomplish in the next 30 days, and you must accomplish, or this is?
Same
so
question?
it's this month's goal.
That's right. So we're setting 3 goals for October.
So usually people have already done the pre-worksheet and already have their 3-year plan and their 1-year plan, and therefore they do goals aligned to that. But we're just throwing you in the deep end today and just go, let's just do 1 goal in each that you want to be held accountable for.
Okay. Okay.
This sometimes it takes a while for people to get their head around a goal as compared to a task. Usually at some point we need to say, this looks like more like a to-do list. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I hear that.
Yeah, you have to be careful that, you know, your goal is big enough, but it's still achievable. So in the first session we talk about SMART goals.
lifestyle. That's a hard one.
That's my easiest one.
There's like so many things I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours?
Don't just do your own work.
I'm your man.
You can share.
Well,
I'm
no,
not
don't share yet. We'll share together in a moment.
right. Okay.
Okay, we're ready.
We're ready.
Okay, great. So share away. And we usually share, one person shares all three goals. And so go ahead, Jody.
There you go.
Okay. Health and well-being. This sounds a little bit, okay. This is for October. I have such a crazy month that I wanted to do things that were really manageable for like goals that I felt, because I feel like personally right now I need to have some wins. So I wanted to set myself up for things I can actually do. So they might seem silly, but they are my goals. Okay, so health and well-being. I want to eat less cheese. No, it's really a problem. I think I'm making myself a little bit, it's not funny, Mandy. I really want to eat less cheese. I'm eating a lot of cheese. Every day.
This is how not to respond to a participant. So Mandy, thank you for showing us an excellent example.
Your partner is very unprofessional.
It's very unprofessional. I apologize for my business partner.
Well, I'm not sure I want to continue.
Remove herself to collect herself.
Okay.
Now
How
she's
much cheese
crying.
are you eating? How much
She's
less are you
crying.
eating?
No, I'm kidding. I eat cheese every day,
Sorry,
like 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah,
And
well,
Save myself now.
excuse me, but I'd like to share Mandy's. One of her goals was eat less cheese and crackers. So
Yeah,
what are you
that's half
talking
of my
about?
That's the same problem I have.
Yeah.
That's half of my laughing is I hear your pain.
Seriously, I do eat a lot of cheese, and it bungs me up. You know, I don't want to get into details, but my bowel stuff is a bit of a mess.
Yeah, you're complaining about bowels and you eat
I
cheese
know,
3 to
that's
4
what I'm
times a day.
saying. That's
Oh.
why I chose that. I really do need to
Yeah.
eat less cheese.
You're
It's
right.
making
Well,
me
that's a very good,
That's
achievable goal.
That's
So
good.
It's
achievable
making me not well.
That's
it's
a
not
good one.
very
I like it.
specific though. So, you know, eat less. How will you know if you're eating less? Like, can you put some specific around it? Like, are you going to have a cheese-free day, or are you just going to have
Yes. Okay. Yes. I'm
So
gonna
how
have
many a week? How many a week are you gonna have cheese-free days? How many days a week?
4.
Oh, that's
4.
pretty big. That's better than 50%.
No, I can do.
3 out of
I
7
can
is
do-
pretty good.
Well, that's a
Set
goal.
yourself up for success here.
No, I'm gonna do 4
Why don't you do
Okay,
every
I'm
second,
gonna do
every
3.
every second day?
cheese-free. No, because I want to be able to plan them.
Okay.
3
Days.
cheese-free days a week.
You can't eat the equivalent of the cheese you would have eaten on a cheese-free day on a cheese non-free day.
I don't feel like that. I just feel like it's like every day I do
Okay.
eat cheese, and I do feel it's
Fair enough.
affecting my
Good.
health. I'm serious about
Right.
that.
I'm in the twilight zone.
Money and career.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna
That's been one of the most entertaining
She might have less gas.
we've ever had.
Miss Smith, are you done?
Look, this is I don't know why we're laughing, because every month people have alcohol-free, want to be, alcohol-free days, want to be, wake up early days. So this is very real. So
Yeah.
have you got it? How
And we
many
did not
days?
put alcohol-free days in
Yeah.
this. It is very real.
Don't ever wait for me to do alcohol-free days, but cheese, yes.
3 cheese-free days.
3 cheese-free days, yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Good
Terrific.
goal.
Good goal. Okay.
Okay,
Keep
my
going.
money, career, business, finance goals are a little more lofty. I have 400 tickets that I need to sell for this event that I'm doing at the Berry Center when Dye comes for seedlings at the end of the month. And I want to sell these tickets. This is my goal for this month. It's on my, I actually have September goals, and it was 100 tickets sold to the Berry Center, and I've actually sold 7. So I have 393 tickets left. Yes, it was not a realistic goal, but that is my goal, is to sell out this event. That's my goal.
And so
did you say 400?
400.
So how is 100 not realistic, but 400 is realistic?
So she only had a week to do it. And it was like the first week that she got the tickets set up. So it was like pretty strong.
That's why I think this is so smart, because I do set goals, but the way I set them, they're either, there's no structure around them. And that's what I did with those 100 tickets. Was I didn't even have the tickets yet. And I'm like, well, in September I'm gonna, but that's not, there was no design to reach that goal. Mm-hmm. You know, so it wasn't smart. But I do
aiming for 400. If you're aiming for 4 and hit 3, you know, you're going to be pretty happy with that. But you know, you aim for the stars and that type of thing anyway. But no, that sounds like something you can measure and
chunk it down. All of that.
Do you guys use SMART goals? Is that the term you guys use?
Yeah. Okay, lifestyle.
Okay, I mean, lifestyle, there's so many, but one that I felt would be the best for this month is that I find myself getting up kind of with the kids, or like 5 minutes before the kids, and then I'm in this big rush all morning, and I'm yelling at them, and I'm just it's this huge cluster, and I'm making it that way. I want to get up early, and I want to go through my morning in a more, I don't want to set the tone for my day the way I've been setting it, which is I get up at like 6:40, 6:50. The kids get up with me. I kind of lay around for a bit. Then I get up, and then I'm like, rush. And I'm driving them to the bus stop, even though it's 4 blocks away and we all should be walking. I just don't like how I'm managing mornings. So I want to allow for 30 minutes of basic free time. Not even free time, but time where I do the things that bug me that I don't get done. So as soon as I get up, I want to make my bed, get cleaned up, or either showered and ready for work, or if I'm going to the gym, never mind, but so I'm ready to leave when the kids leave. I want to get like dishwasher started, all the little picky things that I hate walking out the door not having done. And I want to start walking the kids to the bus.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. Love it. And I've just participated in, have you heard of the Miracle Morning?
No, but it sounds great.
Yes. Hal Elrod. And I'm going to post something on our Facebook page, which is a training that I did with my team a couple of weeks ago on the Miracle Morning. Have you heard of Tony Robbins' The Hour of Power?
Yes.
So the Miracle Morning is similar to that, but it's about utilizing time in the morning better. And it's it's transformed my morning. It's transformed my team's mornings. So,
you know, it's something I've lost too, because I was always a morning person. And I've become not like that any longer. And I'm definitely not a night person. I work better in the morning, so I'm more productive. So I'm basically pissing away like at least an hour every morning, where I'm actually, if I get up and get moving, I get the most done. So it's something I really want to get back.
Yeah, that's great. Yep.
So for you, that will look like getting up 30 minutes earlier to enable that to happen. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So what time's that for you? 6:30? 9.
I think like 6:20. Because I'm up about 6:20 would be a good time.
Yeah. Then 6:50 you can roll the kids out.
Yeah.
Is Roy still in the bed when you want to make it?
No, he's long gone.
Oh.
The kids are sometimes.
The kids are, but that's another thing. Like I'm rushing myself, so then I'm rushing them, and we're just rushing. And I want, if Hallie takes a long time to get up because she's not a morning person, so then I can start her at 6:30. And if it takes her till 7 to get herself going, that's fine. But at least and she can have that. It's just going to put everyone in a better space.
You can get up and make my coffee.
No, I'm not doing anything like that.
Yep. Okay, that's fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Roy, can you turn the camera around so we can see you while you share?
Sure. I'm visible for sharing. Okay, for my health and well-being, I've been trying to like manage my weight and sustain it. So my goal right now is to lose the 5 pounds that I'm struggling to keep off and then maintain it. So that's an achievable goal because I've just started really focusing on it again. And I think I can lose it this month and then just really adjust my eating so that I can actually keep it there and maintain it. That's going to be the hardest part.
We're going to look forward to celebrating that one with you.
And you know yourself what adjust your eating means?
Oh yeah, it's portions for me. It's all, I don't eat a lot of garbage food anymore, but it's more when I do eat, I'll sit down and eat as much as 2 of me needs to eat instead of 1. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay, excellent.
And then money and career for me is, I've actually got the same goal as Jody. I want to sell out all of our seedlings tickets for the Berry Center. That's a big focus for me this month.
So is that 400 between the 2 of you?
It is. I would say that's, so it's 400 between the 2 of us. So there's a total of 400 to sell.
great.
So that's a great goal to work a plan around how you're going to do it. And
Definitely. And we've actually been having fun with getting the marketing and stuff out. So Jody's done like 99% of the work, but it's been something that's really enjoyable.
Good. Excellent.
Cool. I think it's fun. And the last one, my lifestyle goal, is a little bit different, but I think right now my career is like my full-time job is not providing me a lot of satisfaction. My boss is driving me crazy and I'm bored and don't feel fulfilled there. So my lifestyle goal is to actually start the search for a new job that allows for a better balance in life. And I want to put more time towards seedlings and I want to put more time towards this. I think this has a lot of potential.
Yes, Jill and Mandy,
in the
you're a
US.
big part of number 3.
So my goal right now is I'm setting up to talk to recruiters and getting everything set up to start the search for a new job for the new year. So that's my first milestone in that.
So what will you achieve this month? Will you get to the point that you'll start having a meeting with a recruiter?
Definitely. So meetings with at least 1, if not 2 recruiters. And I've already started reaching out to some private equity investors that I know who buy companies and manage them. So just basically building my network, getting my name out there and starting to talk to the people that'll help me get, on the road to finding the right job. So,
great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Good.
Excellent. Good goals. Great goals.
And we'll hold you accountable to them because we've written them down. In our next session, we'll be asking for some report back on progress.
Perfect.
And throughout the month, we'll check in and see if you've got an update and a progress. If you've got any wins along the way that you want to share on our Facebook page, then by all means share 1 pound lost and things like that, so we can cheer you on and celebrate your success. Very cool. I won't share my lifestyle goal because my peers at work will know, but I'll do that with you guys.
Yeah, that's it. Exactly. There's somebody you want to
start the search for a new job.
Should we move on to? Yeah. All right. So we'll move on to giving you guys, I guess, what you need to know about the program in order to really launch it. So I thought it'd be useful to hear a little bit about the origins of STAR. So Jill and I are goal setters from way back, really. And once I moved back from Dubai, we started to regularly catch up. And just to make sure that we did connect each month and life didn't get in the way, we were meeting the last Friday of the month after work over a bottle of wine and just catching up. And
we're such nerds. I can't believe we did that. Let's meet and set goals.
Yeah, we are nerds.
But yeah, you guys forgot to take attendance today.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah.
But it did happen quite organically. Like it was sort of,
cool.
One night we obviously started talking about goals and then set some. And then, over the months I started bringing along a little book that I'd write them down in so we'd remember what we'd committed to. So it was a very organic process. But we got so much out of it. And over the 12 months that we were doing it, I was like, this is the most productive year I've ever had, the most successful year. And Jill was finding the same thing. So we're getting a lot of value in this being held accountable. And I think sometimes you do more for someone else than you actually do yourself. So the fact that I knew I had to report into Jill at the end of the month made me actually maybe do more than I normally would. So it was a really powerful experience. And we decided that we really wanted to be able to, you know, other people should have this experience because we were getting so much out of it. So we started to research what other goal clubs were out there, and we found one. There's a company over here called the 7 Effect that run a goals club, and that's what it's called. And so we participated in that for a few months. We both attended a couple of sessions, and we got a lot out of it. It was fantastic, but it didn't tick all the boxes for us. It was a long investment of time, so it was 3 hours on a Saturday morning, which by the time I travelled, it was half a day during, I guess, what you call prime time, family time, to be out the house. And it was a lot of people, you know, reporting on their progress and talking about their coming goals. But it was a little bit, sometimes there was a lot of time dedicated to each person. And sometimes people would talk about the reasons why they haven't achieved goals at length. It's quite verbose. And people would sort of nod and, oh, yeah, that sounds like a tough month. And I'd be sitting there going, no, name the excuse. Is this important to you or not? And I was starting to get a bit frustrated by it.
It's more of a whiner's club?
Yeah.
It was bordering on that. And I didn't feel like for that investment of time, I was walking out feeling really inspired, but also with new tools to achieve my goals. So we talked about what would we want it to look like. And we're jam packers. So it was at like an hour and a half maximum. I would want to go in, have that accountability mechanism, but also walk out feeling really inspired and feeling like I had some new tools to try and strategies.
Mandy, what was that one you went to again called? I just want to research.
The 7 Effect.
The 7 Effect.
And that was another thing. They work on 7 goals. That's where the 7 Effect comes in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 7 pillars. 7 pillars. And we decided that three was enough. Three hit all the marks.
Okay.
And so we've been with ours, the initial one we set up's been going 12 months now, and next month we're doing an evaluation and we'll collect our testimonials and things because we think that'll be really useful for you guys in selling it. But I thought I would just bring along today, you're not going to see it particularly well, but this is our star achievement wall. So we take this along to each meeting, and as people achieve things, we write it up. So once they've ticked off big goals, and there's things in here that just make me, make my heart sing. You know, there's one here, fully off antidepressants that someone had achieved through being on the club. You know, there's lost 5 kilos. There's,
I like that one.
What's this one? Oh, this one's beautiful. I've become a happier and more positive person, someone I'd like to hang out with.
Cool.
A website developed. There's been a few Bali, 2 Americas. There's been a few overseas holidays done. Someone's made district manager. Someone got a new job. Someone's changed their career. Oh, Janie's made her saving goals, $200 every week. Relaunched a business. I love this one. This was Jill's. Managed not to put on weight while on holiday in America. I thought that was awesome.
That's a good one. That's
awesome
hard.
because it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
Someone here has done 100 things that makes them happy. So there's been some really great achievements throughout the year. And we'll, as I said, we'll get some testimonials for you guys as well. We'll ask our group to do that because I think that'll be useful to start putting on the Facebook pages and help in promotion that as well. So that's how it started. Now we'll move to the philosophy.
So there are 3 principles. When we were talking through and putting this together, we thought, what is it that really underpins and drives our success? And there are 3 core principles that are the foundation of what we do, and that will continue to maintain these as the foundation of what we develop in the future. So always coming back to these 3 principles. So the first one is that people's strengths are at the heart of all that we do. So never forgetting that the strengths finding is what sits behind all of this, and wanting people to really be able to focus on and maximize the strengths that they bring to life.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think, it's about choosing the path of least resistance as well. So rather than trying to be someone you're not, it's about being more of who you already are. So using those things that you're already good at, your strengths, and aiming them at achieving your goals. And a really good example of that is I was working with one guy who wanted to lose weight, and he'd been trying for years and years. And he's a big guy, Marcus. He's quite a big guy. And so when we started up, we did his strengths, and then we started unpacking what he'd done. And on his strength profile, discipline, focus were right down the bottom. So he doesn't have a lot of that. Up the top was activator, communicator, and input and learner. They were his top strengths. And so rather than what he was trying to do was try to do the same thing every day, and I've got to eat this many calories, and I've got to go to the gym this many times, and of course, because he had no discipline and focus, he wasn't able to ever follow through on that. And so then when we started to use his strengths, we came up with a strategy which is, well, activator, you love starting new things. So what he started to do is every 2 weeks he'd try something new, and then he would blog about it. And he loved that because he was using his input and learner strength, where he got to learn this new thing, and then he got to use his communicative strength. And the strengths are the things that you're energized by, and that you they don't feel like work. So for him, what the move from being weight loss is this drag thing that I need discipline for, to something that he was playing to his strengths and really happy, and hence the results followed. So that's that's why we try to always get people to use their strengths and aim them at achieving their goals.
I love the play to your strengths. So really, this is about finding the joy in whatever you're doing, because you're playing at life.
Mm-hmm. You guys, that's so huge what you just said, and I mean that alone is a huge road to travel down. And
all of a sudden, I'm thinking about you, Roy. Now, have you had a coaching session?
No, I haven't, but I do need to schedule one in.
So while Jody's away, why don't you schedule in a coaching session? Because as you're seeing recruiters, I think it would be really useful for you to understand in detail what your strengths are. And one of the girls in our group, Jane Marie, she wrote her strengths into her resume, and she got her job on the back of highlighting, emphasizing her strengths, and showing her when she was going for this job how her strengths could be.
That's a good idea. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Well,
just that weight loss thing alone, I don't think anybody's doing that. I mean, that's what, there's like 100 billion diets out there, and none of them work, well for every single person, and that's the reason why. So, I mean, you could put people very far ahead on that alone.
Okay, future business idea. Let's park that one.
All right, I mean, I've never heard anybody say that before, but I mean, Roy and I will try and do a diet, and it works for me or not him, or there's a ton you're talking about just in that alone.
Love it. Okay, the next principle is that people can create exceptional lives through their goals. And Mandy's just showed you our achievement wall, and we can get emotional. Oh, look, I'll get emotional now. Thinking about the impact that we have had on people's lives just by helping them to focus on what is it that they want to achieve in a year, and helping them to set goals each month to achieve that in a year. Because how you can just a year can just fly by. All of a sudden, holy crap, it's Christmas again. Thanksgiving's around the corner, and it's so easy to be on a treadmill and life just passing you by. So what this program does is it allows you to not let life pass you by, and to not I always like Mandy's analogy of the being in a boat without a rudder. So unless you have a clear direction of where you're going, you can just drift aimlessly. So it's about creating direction and focus, so that people are creating meaningful lives and maximizing the time that they have on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Really
then the third principle is about, we talk a lot about what is success and what is happiness, and that will continues to be an ongoing discussion, almost from month to month. success is about having balance, and it's about having happiness. I read a great definition the other day. It's about making progress. Oh, I posted it on our star page. Success is making progress on your goals. So, but at the end of the day, it's about happiness and achievement in all areas of your life. And that's why it's so important that we have the three, we focus equally on the three pillars, because as you would know, if you're not in balance, then if your family life is suffering because you're spending too much time at work, then that is not success. That's not a successful life, and that's not, happiness doesn't come into your life at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think people really buy into that, a purpose-driven life, and there's so much about that now, and I think it's makes a lot of sense. Work-life balance, especially young people coming up, they don't want to work all the time. They don't want to do what our parents did. They don't want to live like that. They won't. They refuse to.
Exactly.
So, I mean, the Icarus Deception, have you guys read that?
Yeah, I'm just reading that now, actually.
Yeah, that's amazing, right? So that's the people, that's why this is so timely.
So we've posted on our new Facebook page, which is the 4 of us. So we've got a group called the Star Program, which is just the 4 of us, where we thought we'd just dump everything in there because it's an easy portal. So we've posted a document on the philosophy and values so that you guys can read that. But I think we've covered the main things now.
But what Mandy has found is that, do you have Facebook on your laptop?
Yeah, I have it on my phone.
You got it on your laptop too?
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because Mandy's only got Facebook on her phone, so she couldn't actually download the documents.
Oh, got you,
Yeah, okay.
But no, if you've got it on your computer, that's fine. So just to run you through the approach a little bit, because you're getting a bit of a taste for it now, I think. So before people start on the program, what we do is Jill designed this fabulous worksheet, which I've sent you guys a copy of as well, which helps people to really reflect on the year that's been, but also determine what their 3-year vision is. And we keep it at 3 years because that's sort of it's easy to link back to your day-to-day or month-to-month goals as well. So we get people to work through that, and we work with them in helping them to create that vision of the life that they want to live. Then they come along to the meetings, and the meetings are an hour and a half meetings, and they're pretty much divided into half-an-hour blocks. So the first half an hour, people report back on their goals, and we sort of do, and that's what we want to role play with you at some point. We do a bit of group coaching at that point. So as they report back, it might be that they're really struggling with a goal, so we'll help to problem solve around that. It might be that they're feeling a bit down about what they've achieved, so we might need to, refocus them on what progress they are actually making. Or sometimes they actually do just need a big, nah, that's just an excuse, come on, pull your finger out. So depending on what the individual needs, and sometimes it's just a big collective high five because they're doing really well. So the first half an hour is reporting back. Then the second half an hour, we give a sort of a short interactive presentation on the strategy for the month. So, for example, last month we talked about procrastination and how that might be holding you back in achieving your goals. And we always give 3 tips. So 3 things that you could do to overcome that. And then people, the different people will latch onto a different thing and go, yeah, I'm going to try that this month, and they'll report back on what they try.
Can I just add in here? So we call them success strategies. Originally, we were calling them success habits. Originally, they came from the book, the 16 Habits of the Rich. 16. I'll get it out.
Okay.
Then there's the 7 Habits of Highly Successful People.
It's one of those, but I can't remember which one. But we sort of modified them and got them into success strategies, and sort of took the ones that we thought were best and modified them a little bit. What was the book?
Rich Habits.
Rich Habits.
Rich Habits by Thomas C. Corley, Corley.
But we have modified them quite a bit. So we've got 12, so there's one per month.
Nice.
So we do that, and then I guess the final half an hour is people setting their goals, which is very similar to what you did at the beginning of this session, except we get people to always go back to their 3-year plan and their 1-year plan and make sure their goals are aligned, so that it doesn't just become a task list, but they're actually putting their energy on things that are going to have an impact on realizing the vision. So that pretty much explains the meetings. We have a Facebook page, so that helps people to report on progress and for us to communicate with people.
And we'll add Roy to that Facebook page so you can see the kind of conversation that goes on there.
Yeah, that's
great.
Cool. Yeah.
And then I owe you guys a profile, which I'll do this weekend and send.
Yes, that would be great. That would be great. And then we're also, after each meeting, and this is something that we're getting a little bit more structured at now, but after each meeting, a few of the meetings I've done blogs after them and sort of recap those tips and that sort of thing. And that will be something that we would really want to commit to doing each meeting now, is to do the follow-up blog and post and recap so that anyone missing the meeting doesn't miss out.
Yeah, that's smart.
Does that make sense? It's a quick in a nutshell, but is there any questions?
I like it.
It's so good, you guys.
It's really
simple.
Cool.
We got to keep it simple.
Yeah.
We need to keep it simple because when we take on facilitators, it needs to be a very duplicatable model.
Yeah.
So something very simple, a simple template that people can easily roll out. But that's not to say that the role of the facilitator is not. Well, it
takes some skill, but
it takes some skill, and we have set some very high standards for the type of people that we're looking for as facilitators. And I've also posted on the Facebook page the sorts of qualities that we're looking for. So things like wanting to make a difference in your life and in the lives of others, committed to bringing out the best in people and supporting them to become the best version of themselves, committed to your own growth and personal development, self-motivated, goal-oriented, positive, fun, have initiative, reliable, collaborative. So we're looking for people who are pretty special to facilitate these programs, and people that have some previous group facilitation skills, and people who are already successful. We're looking for successful people.
You guys.
We
wrote the job description around you guys.
That's really important, though. You need people who are inspiring.
Yeah.
And it has to be fun. It has to be a fun place to go hang out.
We're adding that to the list.
I'm adding inspiring.
So all the documents that we've prepared that are on the Facebook page for you, they're all work in progress. So they're not finalized. They've all got draft written over them. We want you guys to have input into that and help us to create it.
Okay.
The role of the facilitator is clearly about, there's some logistics in, booking venues, making times, promoting the program. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on to make the meetings happen. Then the role of the facilitator is conducting the meetings, then following up.
Do you feel like you need dual facilitators in order to manage your groups? Do you feel like you would work?
Yeah, look, to be honest, we do it because we love working together.
Yeah.
And we have talked about we could roll out more groups if we could roll out 2 groups if we wanted to facilitate by ourselves, but we don't.
Yeah. I've been.
And are you better together, though? Are you stronger together? It's possible you are.
Of course, absolutely. I've been doing one at Unley Council that Jill hasn't always come to, so I'll facilitate on my own, and it's fine, and people get heaps out of it. It's absolutely fine, but it's not as enjoyable for me, and people feel that enjoyment.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we're not going to do role play stuff for you guys, but we thought before your first meeting, we'd love to do a run through of the first meeting with you, just so that you feel really confident with it, but also to role play some of the, the things that come up and how you can help people through doing that sort of group coaching. But we'll do that at a time that Jodie doesn't need to rush off and get to bed quickly. So
I definitely do think that's really important, and I do want to spend time on that.
Totally.
And we'll talk in a minute why we want to do that. But there's lots of.
It could be really good too with the role play, because now that we've got just a couple goals, we've got something that we've had a week to report back some progress.
exactly. And when you report back progress, that'll be the role play too. You know what I mean? You'll see how we respond to that sort of stuff. So, which will be great. So you guys had a bit of stuff you want to run by us. So let's move to that.
Okay.
I thought we finished that. Okay.
Okay. A couple of things we've been talking about. We've been talking about it a lot. The first thing is we felt like we would roll it out for our friends and people we know first as a trial. And I don't want to do that. I feel like it's a business, and I want it to be a business from the beginning. And I feel like if we, discount it or practice it in any way, it kind of negates from the fact that there's a business model there, and it's a service that people need to pay for. So we both felt, right, I think you agree. Yeah. We both felt that we would run a pilot of some kind, but not, and I don't know how much you actually learn from hanging out with your friends anyways, it's not a real life scenario. And I feel like the buy-in wouldn't be the same. And so we decided, if you agree that we wouldn't do that, we would go straight to the business model.
Yeah.
Having said that, it on our first pilot group, and I would absolutely agree with that. We have got friends and family, so if you by all means open it up to them, because they're going to benefit from it.
Yeah, it's good to have a mix though. Like I don't know everyone on the group, but certainly didn't know them beforehand. But there is a risk if you have all friends to keep. You do, it's quite professional. I mean, we don't, we serve one glass of wine, and then it's like we don't drink during it, and you can all have another glass afterwards. But it's quite, if you want to be punchy and structured, it's not all sitting around with your friends chatting. So I think that's a good plan for you guys.
Yeah. So we're gonna go that route. And we were looking at ways. I mean, obviously that for. We have ideas about the promotion, as I'm sure you do as well. One idea that I had when I first got here, I worked for a lady, and her name is Cynthia Trueba, and she has it's kind of like an Eaton Institute kind of deal. And I worked for her when I first got here, and she still contacts me every now and then. She does a lot of language studies, teaching Portuguese, teaching Spanish, teaching English. But then, of course, like Eaton, she has a business. She does some business skills stuff as well. So Roy and I were talking about the licensing possibilities of you licensing to us, and then us going to Cynthia, who already has 5,000 people on her, who are interested in. And so these are people. What I like about her market is if people are learning a new language, they're doing that because they're corporate, they're executives, they're goal oriented, they're trying to improve so I think she's got the market is already sitting in front of her. Do the promotion to Cynthia and just say, this is what we have to offer and this is how it works, and then giving her a percentage, kind of throwing it out there and seeing how it works. She's involved with a lot of different corporations, and then from there promoting it via your site. So and I don't know how start promoting it here, making it more international, or however that would look. And then the pricing structure and how you would want to sort all of that would be probably the next steps.
Yeah.
You guys have a business model already in place.
Yeah, I guess where we don't have the information is, I can't come back to you and go, oh yeah, you charge this much, because we haven't really worked through that yet.
What are you thinking? Where's your head at with that?
Sorry, what did you say?
What are you thinking for that? What have you charged people yet?
No. We've only charged. Well, we haven't. It hasn't covered costs. $10 or $20?
Yeah, no, $10.
Yeah, $10 from everyone per week. And the notion was that it would just cover costs. It would cover the bottle of wine, the tools that we provide, the venue hire. So as the pilot, it was literally covering our out-of-pocket expenses. But it doesn't quite do that.
Right. So I think that's your next step, right? Is to find out what is your business valued at? What are people going to pay to attend? The best way to do that is to ask your people.
Yeah, in our evaluation form, we have asked people, what would you be prepared to pay?
Yeah.
What is the value of this? But that won't, when you're used to paying 10, whether people would say, oh, I would pay 50, so it's not going to be.
Yeah, you need to size your market.
Yeah.
And, do you know what's actually been really helpful for me is this session was very helpful to see your guys' presentation, the structure, how you guys are setting the goals, the meetings. Your head in. Sorry, I do have a head and a voice.
Yes. Yay!
So I think I actually think what we're doing right now, the next session with the role play, and just a couple more meetings like this where you guys are delivering more of the content and how you guys deliver it, gives us a really good idea of just the ability to assess what it is you guys are offering. And then I've got a couple ideas that came up today that I'll send some stuff over the next week.
Tell them about that meeting.
On marketing and just really understanding what you guys offer, how you guys differentiate in the market, and it'll help us understand, what the market is, who the competition in the market is, and then we can really easily look and see what people are already charging for similar services, and then how you're augmented, and then it would be pretty easy to price it from there. And with something like this,
you didn't realize they had all this, did you?
No, I didn't. And this is really helpful, right? This is
awesome. I don't think Roy knew how. He thought the idea was great, but I don't think he knew how far along you guys are.
Yeah.
In this, where I chat with you a little bit more, so I know,
So I think with stuff like this, pricing it is difficult because you need to price it at what people are willing to pay.
Yeah.
And people won't be honest what they're willing to pay. Like Jill said, they'll be comfortable paying $50. They might pay $250, and it's not that you want to gouge somebody, but at the same time, you don't want to leave a lot of money on the table either. You want to price it in that sweet spot where it's comfortable for people to pay, but it gets you good returns, and you're not diluting it.
And when you discount your price, you discount your service. And you have a great service, and you're going to be about having a great service and great people. And I mean, you have to think. I would look at it as what you're going to pay for similar type things. So you're going to go on a weight loss plan for a month or 6 weeks. What would that cost you? If you're going to see a therapist, what would that cost you? That's kind of the equivalent of what you're providing.
Well, that's half your value.
Absolutely.
It costs $150 to have your hair done once a month.
Yeah.
Right? That's where I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's this weight loss thing called is it Weight Not or something like that. The lady just called me today because I'd inquired about it or something, and it's there's a 2-week program that's like $79 or something for 2 weeks. So and this is so much you're so that's how I would be marketing it and selling it. Is you don't need all that stuff. You need logical strategies to help you be successful. You need a cheerleader. You need people who are inspiring. A lot of people don't have those people in their lives. They don't have friends that do that or a partner that does that. So there's a lot of value you're providing, and you want to hit. And I'd love to write some of the marketing for you. You want to hit on all of those. But really emotional topics.
We'd love for you to write some.
I reckon that's how long is the plane trip? I reckon that's a good plane trip.
I seriously will be. I will love doing that tomorrow. Yeah. I will. I'll love it.
Yeah.
I love writing that stuff, and I so love you guys and what you're doing. So it's just really easy. I can just my head's going. Yeah.
Good. Let it go. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah. So absolutely. And there'll be things that we'd love some advice and support from you guys on, both in marketing, but also in pricing, because it really is something that, I'll be honest, we've got no idea. If Roy's got anything, you said you can send something through to help us with that. But you
Yeah.
guys, your pricing might be different too, depending on your market, and that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But you know
Okay.
what? We will be the best people for you to provide evidence of value, because in my head I'm thinking, oh well, maybe there can be a concession rate. I mean, we go straight to, we don't want to make it too expensive, but as soon as I went, yeah, $150 for a haircut, come on. And I had a massage the other day for $75, and the good feeling about that massage lasted about 15 minutes afterwards.
Right.
So so if you said to me, this program is going to, what you're going to charge this per month, and this is why, because this is the value that someone's going to get out of it. I honestly think that we're going to be the hardest people to sell about the price. But I look forward to that.
And the thing that's cool is you have, because of all of the different aspects, like you've got the 3 different pillars to set goals on, you can compare it. So you can draw, like Jody did, the conclusion that, you pay X for a health program. If you go sit with a therapist once a month or once every 2 months, that's $250 an hour.
Yeah.
And the great thing is you guys made that example of the lady on your goals board who did $200 a week in savings. Yeah. That's $800. Yeah. So this course, if you achieve your money and career goals, pays for itself. So if it costs her $200 a month to come to your course, she's still saving $600 more than she was before she came, because you taught her how to do that.
Yeah.
Two ideas on that come to mind. So if we could maybe write them down. So you want to create, you need a guarantee of some kind. You need to tell people that, because all these kinds of products and all these kinds of services come with some sort of, you've got to show you have that belief in your service. So this is where we can get you with what we're doing. If you work our program, it'll work for you. This is what we can save you, show you, help you, whatever, those kinds of things. I think you need that guarantee. And also this just popped into my head. There could be I'm just thinking of seedlings because it's always in my brain and that's what I'm doing right now. There could be a whole nother STAR goals club that you create for young people, for teens, for kids, for people. I mean, we don't teach our kids to set goals, and that's why we become 20 and 30 and we're like floundering around not knowing what we're doing. So I think there's and I will say this, that market of marketing to parents about their kids is often a very easy market, because people really want to give their kids the best opportunities, the best head starts, all of that kind of stuff. So there's a whole segue, you could kind of work on there. And
can I just share? This might be a good place to share an idea that we've parked for future discussion, and that's to actually have an online STAR group. So what you're experiencing is how technology can facilitate a session when if people can't come together in person, they could come together online.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I think
people
that's
buy
awesome.
into that today. Like I've done my entire MBA online.
Yeah.
And we do group projects with 8 people who live hundreds of miles away from each other. I've never even seen their faces before. So you can definitely do that online, and it would be very powerful.
And maybe for young people, that might be a way to pitch it to them. And
they're
comfortable like that.
Yeah, and it's so competitive. People are nuts wanting to get their kids into the right schools and on the right football teams and do all these things. And instead of parents saying to their kids, "Get better grades, study more, you need to do that," direct them on how do you get there? How do you start those habits early so that becomes second nature for you? That goal setting is just a part of what you do to lead not just a more successful life, a happier, more contented, fulfilled life. Yeah. Talk about gratitude and mindfulness and these kinds of things that all kind of works together. So there's a ton of branching out that I think would happen quickly and easily.
Yep.
Love it. So, Conscious, you need to go to bed, my dear. What else do you need from us? Or is there any other questions at this point from us?
Would you guys mind coming for a visit?
Well, it'll be tax deductible.
Yeah.
So I think you need to build that into the fee. Because
I'm turning 40 in February. I would sure love to have you guys here.
What are you doing? Are you traveling? Are you going to do a party there?
We're
going to Napa Wine Valley
in California.
Nice.
It seems like something you guys could be into.
Yeah, it would be something I'd be very into.
I mean, I know you guys don't like wine, but you can maybe
I
make
could eat your cheese on your days off.
Yeah, I seriously think the cheese thing might change my world.
It'll certainly
no
change
idea.
your toilet habits. So you know.
Where do you think all the cheese goes? I eat
I don't
so
do the
much
shopping.
cheese.
I don't. You're like hiding it. So
It's like my crack. It's really bad.
see, I'm not home. I don't know that cheese is
Yeah.
getting consumed.
Cheese is my chocolate. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, cheese
Yeah.
is really gone.
I just feel like a piece of. We're
I
talking
do.
about it
Sitting
too much.
right here
I'm-
thinking cheese. Okay, where to from here?
Okay, so so I'm just gonna write down a bunch of stuff on the plane tomorrow because I do have all that time in it, and I'll just write down some marketing ideas and stuff like that, and we can take what we like and toss what is just whatever. Roy, you need to do your bio.
Yeah, I'll do the bio. I'll send it to you girls this weekend.
And the
But I do think,
session with Mandy.
Yep.
Yes.
yeah, I do think though when you're getting started like this, finding partnerships with people who buy into the idea and they have a stake in it, like licensing type of agreements, I think work really well because you want to find people. I mean, Mandy, you probably already have a lot of that, but here, you know, to find, well, you would have a lot of it too. Probably.
We need to
You need to tap into.
Before we jump into that, we need to understand the market, what the pricing we want to put to the market is,
Yeah.
and then have all of our sessions so that there's no false start, so we don't get it revved up going and then have this big stop in the pause because we do that sometimes.
Yeah. So why don't we for our next Skype meeting, or now we can Zoom meeting, why don't we have that as number one agenda is actually to start, you know, we'll all do a bit of research and come back.
Is
Look,
this
this is
the
what we
business
think for
plan?
place.
Is this time that we looked at the business plan?
Yeah, I think so because we need something to roll it all out.
Yeah. And
So
you
that
can
is
send
that's
us
marketing,
the
that's
business plan.
pricing, that's. Don't you think we need a business plan?
Absolutely.
Can you do that?
I will send. I was going to send like a full scale business plan, but it's a lot
Yeah.
more than we need right now.
It
So what I
blew my
can do,
mind, and I couldn't even. It was. Too
I'll
much
send
for me.
you, and I was going to do that last time. I didn't do that. I'll send you my business plan that I did do for one of our services we offer.
Right.
And then I'll cut out like the 5 or 6 things that we need to put some points down on because we don't need all of it. There's 5 or 6 pieces that we can start just putting bullet points into and building out. And then the business plan kind of flows from there. So I'll send that out this week.
Well, let's work on that on our next get together, Zoom
Okay.
one. We'll sort of work through that, work on the pricing structure so that we're all sort of on the same page and ready to go.
But I'm sure, Jody, I thought you sent that. Did you
Licensing
just?
agreement?
Oh,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, the licensing agreement.
You did send it?
Yeah, I did. I think I did send my business plan that I did, but you didn't. It wasn't brilliant.
The one you did. It was a 1-page one.
Okay, I'm not sure I saw that one. I definitely saw a licensing agreement.
Mhm.
But
And
anyway,
that's something you guys really have to think about is like, you know, because if you're gonna, you know, do this with us, and then potentially you're gonna do it all over. So how is that gonna look? That's just something. That's a conversation.
Having the business
you guys will
plan,
have to have.
having the business plan is important because it gets you through the pricing, it talks you through marketing, it talks you through your competition, it talks you through your value proposition, and it talks through your different segments to market. So all of the different ways you're going to take it to market, which it's something we can do between now and say the first of the year. We can do all of that and be ready to launch it and sell it the first of the year.
yeah.
Well, are you no longer thinking about doing something in the 1st of November?
No, what we're going to do is start January 1, only because October is crazy
Yeah.
for us, and Steve Di's going to be here. It's crazy. And then November, well, you know how it is, Jill. There's that whole Thanksgiving
Well, we're gone.
craziness,
Yeah.
and then the whole Christmas thing starts. And
Jody and I are gone the first weekend,
yeah, but that's not, it's
and then we're gone for
Thanksgiving is
10 days
almost
over Thanksgiving.
not, but everyone is.
Exactly.
It's not that we're gone. It's that it's
But
just,
that, to be honest,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a bit of music to my ears in some
Yeah.
regards because I do think, you know, you want to get this right, and it gives us a few months to get the business plan done, get the pricing structure done, get all the marketing promotion material done. And the 1st of January is a really nice, let's make 2016 your best year yet. Like,
you have natural momentum.
Exactly.
Everyone's fat from Christmas. They're not happy. They've aged. You know, they're just like really ready to.
People are wanting to
the
set
new
goals.
year says something to people like, I want this to be different. So I think that natural momentum will play into it really well. Also, I mean, I've learned so much with the seedlings. I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have a good idea of, like, I've just been in the weeds.
We've got ahead of ourselves a couple times.
Yeah.
Just kind of with the excitement of what we could do and so jumping into it and then realizing that we don't have all of the pieces together yet. So it's like deciding you're going to build a puzzle and all you have is the box and none of the pieces. You have to go find these.
That makes sense.
So, which is great. And I also really want you guys to think about and talk about, just as a last kind of thing, I would love to partner with you guys with seedlings.
Oh yeah.
And maybe take that, the kid component. She is doing a ton, and she's busy, and she's got brand recognition already in Australia. So that might be a really great way for you guys to kind of branch out. And I'd love to, just think about how it would look for you, or how you want it to look, because it could be a great opportunity.
There is so many, and I think Roy's probably right when he says, let's just make sure we got all the pieces, because I think there's just so much potential. But let's just get everything in place first. Get the business plan, because you can always grow. And I just run a contract with a group that does work with vulnerable young people. And they're loving what I'm offering, and there's already conversations about doing some stuff with young people. But just got to get everything in. I feel like the ducks have got to be in a row first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and there's stuff that you need that you just can't even imagine thinking of now. That all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, there's just so many.
Starting events and then having to set up ticketing agents and sites and. Web merchant, and it's just.
Well, we're lucky that Jill's done a lot of that already, so she's already got Eventbrite sites, and she sells a lot of event stuff anyway. So it's got that one.
Perfect.
Awesome.
As she's got this online technology thing covered, so
we all bring our special skills.
Yeah.
But let's keep the momentum going with the four of us, and so let's not. The success strategy for this month is procrastination. And so we don't want to procrastinate on this, because immediately in my mind I go, 1st of January, that means we can take the metal off the pedal. Let's keep the momentum going and make it time for us to Skype again. And that will mean we've all got a deadline, a time frame in which to do our tasks and get going with the business plan review.
Perfect.
Okay, so do you guys want to set that time up now?
Well, we had set a time.
No, it didn't work for them.
But it didn't work for you, Wednesday the 21st. So we could go the week after, Wednesday the 28th. Or we could come forward to Wednesday the 14th.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Or
the
that
21st,
I'm just looking.
You're traveling. Do you need to make it November?
Well, no, I don't want to. I don't want to wait.
Okay, so we've got Kevin and Lena here from the 6th until the 7th to the 14th.
No, they're not here till the 14th. They leave on the 13th. So the 14th is a possibility, but also the 21st. I don't. Di lands in LA on the.
I'm out. I've got all those VP meetings the week of the 13th. So after Kevin and Lena go, so I'm tied up that week.
You guys, can we tentatively try for the 21st then, and then?
But does that work for Mandy?
Yeah, that worked for us. We get together on that day anyway. So
now, if Di happens to be here, maybe that won't even matter. Let's shoot for it, and if it doesn't, I just don't know when she gets in, what time. Do I have to go pick her up to the airport? How's it all?
Well, we'll keep it as a tentative, and we'll confirm close to the date once you've got some more information.
But I think if we say, okay, we got 45 minutes only, let's report back who's done what, where to from here. So let's put that in, and even if it's just a touch and base, like I say, we'll be together anyway.
Yeah.
So if we're Skyping with you, that'd be great. And even if it's just half an hour, like whatever you can do.
Aww.
I think I'm on borrowed time now. I've got 2 little kids hanging off me. I'm bored.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you guys,
So,
girls.
what time? Let me just look at what the time is now. So, what time is it over there for you?
It is 8:30 for us right now. Ish.
Well,
So-
is it 8:20?
Or no, it's 8:50.
8
It's
10 to 9.
nearly 9 p.m. So if we did a 7:30 start, so I think that's a 9:30 morning for you.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. And if you could just send through that bit of a template, just so that we can start doing some pre-work on that before we meet.
Yes, definitely.
Well, we'll deal with that. It's daylight. We lose. Do you go out of daylight savings or into daylight savings in the next month?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we'll fall
must.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, we fall back.
And we fall forward. We spring forward.
Yes, yeah, we are falling back.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, so we'll work it out. So we're going to say what
Oh,
time.
crud. Yeah, we're all. Yeah, that's right.
So it's going to be 7:30 p.m. for you, and we'll work out what that is for us.
Okay, sounds good.
Right, my back teeth are floating. I need to go to the toilet.
No worries.
Oh, gross.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lovely. Have a great trip to Canada, Joe.
Thanks, you guys.
Joy,
I love you guys. I'm very excited for you. I think you're doing a great job.
See you, girls.
So excited to have you guys on this journey, making the dream a reality.
Look at all your cute faces.
Bye.
All right. Talk to you later, you guys.